Hollywood filmmaker, Hollywood hot dogging it. I am starving, so I'm really pushing myself not to eat that sandwich right now. Holy crap. When some people get here, I'll explain just how I'm not like starving to death, but I am kind of lightheaded, but I just want to push myself to wait to eat. I feel like Bernie Sanders. I want to push myself to wait to eat until after I iron my clothes. And my clothes keep getting wrinkled in the little dresser, the nightstand I have, so I bought some extra clothes hangers so some of my shirts I can put them up and hopefully keep them from wrinkling, because then I can't wear them. I've washed them, I've ironed them, but now I need to iron them again. What up? So wait till you hear about all the crazy dreams I've been having. That'll be fun to hear about. For real, I don't know what, I'm not eating much, and I think that it like partly the starvation, partly the lack of nutrients, the lack of calories, lack of protein, and exercising hard like twice a day, and not enough iron. I'm wondering, like, was I anemic last night? Because I was waking up every like 2 hours or so, delirious headaches, dehydrated, having to go to the bathroom a lot, and it's like my extremities kept getting numb and like tingling, like they were losing circulation. My left leg, I guess it was just from being in the bed a certain position, I don't know, but and I was having such brutal nightmares. I don't know, partly it's, I know, just being isolated lately, and it's really not good for a person. I just haven't been going out to like events or anything. I will be going to the Drop concert with Doug Berger and Vic Pound and Tim Breaker this Tuesday. That'll be awesome. So that'll be my first event in a while. Yeah, I have seen movies out lately, and those were good experiences, but it's like I gotta keep working and pushing myself in order for those to be satisfying. If I'm just going out to see movies, as much as I love movies, it's like I have to work for it. I have to be writing a lot, getting up early, cleaning, all that stuff. Writing's really the big thing. We're approaching the last few weeks of my writing workshop, and I'm going to get a consultation on the story I'm designing and preparing. So I'm looking forward to that, and just trying to make sure I have everything I can offer to the screenwriting teacher to allow him to make an assessment on what I have, what the problems are, what the possible pitfalls and weaknesses are. So I want to be as clear on that and concise, and if I'm mistaken, good. Like, at least I'll find out from him what some of those mistakes are, and I'll be able to raise my own concerns for the story, because I've had a lot of trouble figuring it out. However, I've had the story in mind for years, and it's only with this class that I've been able to get a hold of. Wait, does this help? Get a hold on the clock, sort of, and really figure out specifics of how am I going to execute this story. And it's thanks to how my teacher explains how to go about designing a story without yet actually outlining it. So the design is just like the possibilities, the why does this need to happen, why is this story and not a different one. So it went. So it's helped me get a lot more specific about some vague ideas I've had for years, where I'm like, I know I want to tell this story. I know it's very important to me. The story is not It's not my life. It didn't happen to me. It's informed by my life. It's very autobiographical in what I'm trying to convey as far as the feeling. But of course, a story, it can't be, to me, it can't be real life. It's got to be better than real life. Sometimes it can't be as good as real life because it just doesn't work for a movie. Because you have to tell it, with a certain chronology and stuff that in real life it may feel very different, but for a movie you have to streamline things. I remember reading William Goldman talk about that on, I think it was A Bridge Too Far, the Richard Attenborough directed film, where the real life story was so amazing about these soldiers in World War II, but it just wouldn't work if you were to try and tell it because of the way that this compound series of events. For a movie, it wouldn't work, and so they had to consolidate stuff, even though the real life story is like more amazing than what they could put in the movie. Like, yeah, if you were in there in real life, it would have been terrifying and all kinds of things. But for a movie, you can't quite convey all that the same way. So anyway, so that's what this movie is. It's very, very much about what it's been like to, feel humiliated, feel like a loser, and how, a character can overcome that. And that's the broadest strokes about it. I don't want to get too specific. It's still in its gestational stages. Ingesting is when you eat it. And I'm not interested in saying more than that because I'm still working on it. But I've discovered things that help me along the way, and next week I'm going to do my consultation with my teacher and tell him all about it. He's going to tell me what's going on with it. Why did I put this shirt over here? I gotta iron this shirt. 2 people here and 2 likes. Perfect. FOT fans. Thank you. I've been losing weight. Well, look, I've been starving myself a lot lately, and it's not good. I barely ate yesterday. I really can't believe my last meal was a small meal at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and then I had a reasonably hard workout. Not a really hard workout, but reasonably hard workout last night, and I just sleeping. It's like water went straight through me. It was like flushing water through me. It wasn't even like I was hydrating. I was waking up dehydrated, having horrible nightmares. Just in pain, chugging lots and lots of water, then having to go to the bathroom. But then I'm getting dehydrated when I go to the bathroom, so I'm having to chug more water and getting headaches from dehydration. And it's like, man, I want to lose weight. And, I have the willpower, but then I can't, destroy myself. I was literally, kind of worried, geez, what's going on with me? So I'm trying to up my intake of food a little bit and keep it healthy. So this week I bought some tofu, a bunch of sweet potatoes. I don't know, I'm just tired of eating seafood. I would eat canned salmon every day at lunch, which is good. It's bland and slimy and shit, but I am a little worried about mercury poisoning. So I still have some canned salmon left, but I'm gonna try and limit it to 2 days a week, and then the rest of the week have tofu with lunch and beans and other stuff oh shit, what am I doing? So I can get protein, but I'm not gonna be risking mercury poisoning. We'll see. I know tofu, you need to prepare it so it actually has a taste, and I'm not gonna prepare it. I'll just chop a block of this white bland tofu and stick it in my lunch bag. Just loose a handful of tofu, just throw it in there. Because it's got nutrients and it's got good stuff for you, and it's got protein. And that's an important thing when I'm riding my bike 6 miles a day, which is not a big distance for a bike rider. It's funny, I told the guy in the store that, he's like, oh, that's nothing. when I was trying to figure out like what bike seat should I get, which saddle should I get, and even so, I have to eat enough now that I'm burning this extra energy, and I have been losing weight, but I got to do it in a healthy way. It's like, okay, I proved to myself over and over I can starve myself if I want to. But it's interesting. I always want to challenge myself to do it more. That's why I'm fucking starving right now. All I've had to eat since 2 o'clock in the afternoon yesterday, well, I did have like a banana and a little Fuji apple. Over here I got a bag of Fuji apples. That and a little, like 2 pieces of like 85% dark chocolate, so there's very little sugar in it. And a protein shake. Okay, so that is a little amount of food, but basically I barely ate since 2 in the afternoon. Yesterday I did have oatmeal. That was the big thing. Oatmeal and protein powder this morning, and a little more salt than I normally would put in, because with all this water going through me, I think I'm losing my electrolytes, so I need salt. Fuck, I'm getting so lightheaded. Oh, look at these tiny bananas. What is it? So I had to go to another store and get bigger bananas. I'm like, the grocery store, all they had were these tiny bananas this week. 4 viewers, 3 likes. That's a record. Mark Ivy's here. Hello, Mark. Saul Parra. Bellum128. Mark, thank you for the donation. 99, what do you call cents in, what is it, euros? You become a thermometer with all that mercury? I know, I need to cut out the mercury, the the salmon so much. Just limit it to like 2 meals a week. But I am like lightheaded from not eating, which, you know, I'm happy I'm not eating, but it's like, it's bad when I cannot fucking think. I'm eating so little. And I keep my bananas and apples in here because I don't trust my roommates not to steal them. Thank you, Mark, for the donation. Really appreciate it. I did a bunch of stuff for my taxes, thank goodness. So sent all my tax paperwork and expenses and stuff out to the CPA that I hired, and gonna have an appointment. He's so busy, he's not gonna have an appointment with me until like April 29th. So if I have to, he'll just file an extension for my taxes if need me. But otherwise, I don't know if I'm gonna pay taxes this year or not. I paid a bunch of my withholding taxes, but if I owe taxes, he said, you know, he'll send me the bill, whatever I owe before April 15th, as long as he can. If not, he'll just file an extension for me. And at least that keeps it simple. I don't have to fill out all the damn forms. And this CPA was so cool to me last year when I was homeless. I was living in my car. He and his partner, they did my taxes, my return for free. And I got a refund because I was so piss poor. I made such little money. Last year it would have been for my 2020 taxes when the pandemic hit. I don't even know how little money I made, like $9,000 all year, something like that. I don't know. But it did better this year, so I don't know if I'm going to pay taxes or if I'll get a refund, because I'm not sure what bracket I'm in. But you know, either way, I'll be all right. I wish Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk would pay taxes to make sure people are housed and we have clean energy, not just energy for rich people, which, you know, Tesla, there's a lot of problems with them. Look up Scotty Kilmer, what he says about Teslas, which he admits, like, yeah, it can be a good car, but there's lots of issues and lots of potential issues and lots of problems that come up that people are still discovering with them. Not the least of which is the build quality being shoddy, and problems with servicing if you need maintenance on it, or if you get in an accident. Some people supposedly have been waiting months to get replacement parts for their car because Tesla's using all their parts to build new cars. So, you know, not great. I want to get a Toyota Prius. The new Prius, $25,000. that's a new car I would get. Because if I'm not going to buy it anytime soon, I'm saving my money, I'm riding my bike. But if I got a Prius, if it lasts 250,000 years, because Toyota makes good Prius, good quality hybrids, that would pay for itself basically. I've heard Scotty Kilmer at least said he has a customer that if he babies his Prius can get like 700 miles or 800 miles maybe on a tank of gas. So Prius seems like a better option because you have the range, you have the reliability of a Toyota, and you have, you know, you don't have to wait to charge it, you don't have to, less issues with that. So anyways, I'm like, yeah, maybe a Prius, and someday Toyota, you know, they may go all electric on the Prius. I just hope Toyota keeps their quality up. I know even they've slipped they have slipped a little bit in quality, and I saw a review of one of the Priuses with all the options where it's like $33,000, not $25,000, and the guy reviewing it pointed out how it's just not worth it. It's like, yeah, you get nicer wheels, whatever that's worth, and you get this nice center display, but it's actually not nice because it's full of glare, and there's no knobs for the volume and the radio and the heat and stuff. I'm like, yes, somebody's speaking about that, but why do we have to talk about this? Isn't it obvious? So he's like, you know, and you don't have Android connecting to the center touchscreen. I don't know what that is because, you know, all my cars have been old. I've never connected my phone to my car. But he was like, you know, if you get a new Prius, just get the base model. Don't bother paying an extra like $8,000 for these features that are just annoying. He's like, basically, he said this touchscreen is terrible. There's tons of glare, and you can't see. Oh, and there's road noise and stuff. So you're paying all this extra money for nothing, really, just for junk features. So Toyota, they are screwing up. Wow, so many likes. I didn't even have to ask. Dillphobia, you've heard I'm a democratic socialist. Same here. Well, I don't know what I am, but yeah, I'm very much in line with the idea of, you know, those ideas of, you know, make sure everybody can support themselves, and, you know, an environment that can sustain life, and all that stuff. Spotted celebrity. There's celebrities everywhere around here, including me. But yes, there are plenty of celebrities all around here. I'm sure many I don't recognize, but you can kind of tell. Like they're perfectly dressed. They're in perfect shape. They're at Target. They're at, you know, the food court, wherever, somewhere. They're taking selfies. Like you kind of know they're doing something. I don't know. Maybe they have 200 subscribers. Yeah, worker protections. Abortion rights, you know, racial justice, on everything you can think of. I'm all for it. All the good stuff, not the bad stuff. Housing for everybody, you know, I try not to even look at stuff going on in the news much with that. It just makes me manic, and I spin out, and I get dissociated, and I'm still not over my dissociative disorder, so I have to just stay away from it and just, you know, just do what I can, contribute in my own way, and just not look at the news, because it'll make me spin. And it did. Last week I got obsessed with looking at the news, and it made me dissociate, and it was really uncomfortable and kind of painful, and as a result, all week I've been recovering. I'm still not quite the same. So my depersonalization, derealization disorder has flared up. Nothing disabling, nothing too painful, but it is painful. And it's like, I let myself down by doing that. I was being selfish by like just trying to scroll through the news and see what's going on. Isn't that amazing? When I was younger, my problem was, you know, playing, it wasn't really a problem. It was fun, like playing video games for 9 hours a day, or whatever, eating junk food or something. Now my problem is I starve myself too much, and I try and look at the news. And the news is it's just disturbing. And not just the news, it's just wanting to keep following up with what's going on. It's like such a selfish pursuit for me in a way. I can't handle it. I dissociate. It's very unhealthy for me. I get depersonalized, derealized. I get sick. I get intrusive, racing thoughts. It's very unpleasant. And yeah, at its worst, it can be completely disabling. But fortunately, I haven't relapsed. I don't think I'm going to relapse from this. But I've had to do like exercises to be well, to deep breathe, muscle relaxation, stuff to make me feel like just accept the pain of this disorder and let it go through me. Because I used to not know how to deal with it, and I would fight it, and it's trying to dissociate from feelings of dissociation, and it kind of only makes it worse ultimately. So, and that's on top of just feeling like I've just been depressed, not depressed, no, that's not true. But I've felt down, I've felt defeated. When I'm lying down at bed at night, I'm like, damn. Like, things are going great, don't get me wrong, but it's like I'm just so isolated. I'm like, I don't go out much. The pandemic's a big factor in that. Having a job, and when you factor in getting ready for work and commuting, lunch, work is like 12 hours a day. Yeah, it really is. I get up at 3:45 in the morning. I'm usually lazy, lie in bed till 4, and exercise, eat, shower, and all that, and then ride my bike to work. And by the time I'm home, it's like at the earliest 3:30. So been frustrated because I'm not trying to go out a lot. I'm trying to focus on my screenwriting because I know that will pay off in all regards in my life, my creative endeavors, developing my screenwriting ability. I'm not there yet. It's not like I'm just trying to hand out scripts to agents or something or producers. Like, I want to develop my screenwriting ability so that I'm writing at the highest level that I know of, and getting there. And that takes a lot of time and dedicated practice. It means I'm not going to go out as much, and frankly, there just hasn't been as much to go out to, and I'm kind of horrified sometimes going out to events where I don't know people. Not necessarily, it just depends. Like, sometimes I'll go out and I'll be just happy to talk to people. I don't know, sometimes I go out and it's like, oh, everybody, somehow they all knew each other, but I didn't. I just feel weird talking to people. But it depends. I've been pretty good about going to a lot of events and talking to people, but there's that too, and just feeling isolated. It's like, fuck. I just feel so low sometimes, but not, it's not the worst thing by far. It just, I don't know, it's really distressing. It's like bad for my mental health to be isolated. I do feel and also not eating. But it makes me manic and stuff, my mind race, and I've got to not do that in order to do well at my screenwriting. My mind has to be in a good place. It absolutely has to, or else I cannot write. Man, I need to eat. I think that's messing me up right now. Please click like. Thanks. Yes, thank you. And Dilphobia, Power of the Workers. Yep. Oh, what did Sirena say? Hey, you got an apartment in California? Yep, I'm in an apartment. Come on over. It's a party. The videos of you meeting Ink Grandpa were cool. Were you nervous when you met him and Michael in person? I was kind of nervous. I really shouldn't have been. They were so unpretentious, like unpretentious to a fault. Like, their trailer was filthy. It smelled. The bathroom was disgusting. And they were totally cool. But I was like, this is so cool. This is what I wanted, like, to experience these guys. And I still talk to Michael. We're not like talking every day, but I watch a lot of his videos. I try and keep up with them all. I'm so glad he's still making videos with Bridget. So yeah, I was nervous, but I realized I really shouldn't have been. It's just they're regular people. That's what it was. It's so hard to get across in the video because they're these epic, incredible arguments and video. They're so funny. And in person, you realize, oh, they're just people living in a trailer. I mean, this was before, well, Michael and Bridget, they had a home, but Grandpa was still in that trailer after Boeing kicked them out of their homes, and I guess that first place was Trailwood. And see, this is so freaking wrinkly. I ironed this last week, but And it's got kind of a stain on it too, but I don't think anybody really notice if I wear this out. It does have kind of a stain around like the ribs. Maybe I was eating ribs. I got stained on the ribs. But I've been really good about turning off the internet at night, putting the phone away, and just writing. Working out my stories. Sometimes I'll just walk around and talk out what is the problem in my story. At one particular point, a problem with the design, or figuring out how do I motivate the characters to do something, or how do I figure out what the characters need to do to get across this specific idea that the story is going to come to at a certain point. That's part of a greater idea of reflecting one specific idea. Well, an idea of an idea. So I'll literally get up and walk around and say, okay, this character, how do I get them here? They have this problem, but why are they here? What do they need? What are they doing? What led them here? All that stuff. Sure enough, it always helps. It may take a day or 2 or 3, but it always helps. It doesn't mean I've landed on the perfect answer after 3 days, but it gets me coming up with answers that I think, oh, these are potential answers. And a lot of times I'm thinking too, okay, what's the most obvious solution? Sometimes you do have to be obvious because I try and be too clever and come up with something no one's seen before. I realize that's not necessary at all. And sometimes when you think of an obvious answer, it's the clearest and simplest one. I'm like, well, of course. Why didn't I think that's exactly what would happen? It's what would motivate the character to do what I need them to do for the story design, so it feels organic that they do it. It's got stakes, it's compelling, it's consistent with the world that I've created. And so that's an exercise I've started learning that's helpful for me. And it's cool because I'm like, oh, that's one thing no one necessarily told me about, but I discovered is like something that's helpful for my process. And it's nice to learn things that are, I've discovered are personally helpful to me. And it's not like something that's standard for everyone to do, but I know it's helpful for me. Even now I'm dissociating a bit. I'm in a little bit of pain. I'm just having to accept it. Keep going. Man, I'm gonna wolf down that turkey hoagie, that turkey sandwich I showed in the thumbnail. How's everybody doing? 6 likes, that's awesome. Did he get angry or cuss while you were there? Well, yeah, we did the prank on him, so he did cuss and try and flip over the table. That was hilarious. Are you attempting to write a feature, or are you doing it for the practice? Both. So yes, I am attempting to write a feature. I am writing a lot of stuff for practice though too. So that is stuff that is not part of a feature film. So there are exercises we're doing for writing, like to get clarity, to develop conflict, to raise the stakes, to provoke a mystery, things like that. But then also, yes, I am working on feature film. A lot of people in my class are working on TV shows. So, these are writing skills for TV or movies. It just, the different formats, there's certain things you need to do in one and not in the other. I'd say actually it seems like a TV show is much more difficult in many ways than a feature. There might be things more difficult in a movie, but a TV show, oh my goodness, maybe I'll write one day. I don't know. I want to study it to keep myself open to it. Like maybe I legitimately don't know if I'll feel one day I should write a TV show. For now, no. I like the finality of a movie, and there's something poignant to me about the fact that it starts and it ends, and it doesn't start again and end again. Nothing wrong with TV shows for that. It just, for me, that's what is I feel most strongly about. But my channel's named after my favorite TV show of all time, Mystery Science Theater 3000, Flying Over Trout. So, like I said, nothing against TV. I don't have time to watch. I tried to add, Also, something I've been trying to do, both in the story and in my life, do things that make me uncomfortable. Because I often discover things from my story when I try and either commit to story options that I'm like, oh, I'm not sure about, that's a little out there. But then I realize, oh, if I feel it's out there, I should go for it. Because then the audience might feel it's out there and they'll be more interested by it. But so one thing I've been doing is trying to seek out stuff on Netflix. I don't know when I'll get time to watch it, but stuff that I've never heard of or haven't seen, but just seem interesting. And if I don't like it, I'll stop watching. So, like, I tried to search out stuff like Japanese films, Japanese TV shows, African films, African shows. Um, I forget what else I was looking for, but just try and find stuff. I'm like, oh, this sounds interesting. You know, this, you know, a romantic drama or romantic comedy from, you know, another part of the world. Really want to watch more movies. I'm just partly lazy. I feel so bad I don't make more videos, and I feel like I should just give up saying, yeah, I'm going to try and make more videos. I feel like, yeah, it's just going to be on weekends, I guess. Because I can't manage to make more time before I'm in sleep. Because I get to bed by 7 p.m. most days. Wish I didn't need to sleep so much, like 9 hours. My back's been getting much better, my shoulders and everything. I haven't even felt pain while doing this. Finally getting there with recovering from my shoulder impingement and neck pain. Still have my back crunches and cracks a lot when I straighten it, but overall doing way, way better. So, oh, that's a relief. It's so stressful having constant neck and shoulder pain, and you know, when I'm writing, I'm trying to be loose. I'm trying to be you know, open to the story and everything. It's just, yeah, I gotta get a little more iron on this. It's so stressful when I'm like trying to just be, you know, have my imagination in my story, but I have this terrible shoulder pain when I'm sitting there trying to type, and it's a challenge trying to make sure I have the good posture and I don't forget about my posture and take for granted that, oh, I feel good now, so I can slouch or whatever it is that I'm doing that makes my shoulders hurt. My roommate acting like a lunatic last night. She was singing like a weirdo. She didn't do much of it though, but well, didn't do too much. She did it for a while where I was like, I might have to go ask her to be quiet. So I'm not going to put this in my drawer. I'm going to hang it up and hopefully get the wrinkles out. Okay. I'm going to go to the bathroom. I've been pissing so much last 2 days or so. I'm going to bring my sandwich in here, so I'll be right back. I got to fill up my water. instead of getting canned vegetables now, I've started buying frozen vegetables. And I'm just trying to eat healthy. I don't know if it's much healthier at all, but I figure maybe it's cheaper. All right. People see me. Well, sort of. Do your roommates know what I do for a living? Not really, no. But I barely talk to them anyways. Like the guy who makes a lot of noise, he's been pretty quiet recently. I've literally only said one sentence to like him in like the last month or so. Just said, hey, how you doing? You know, when we were both in the hall at the same time. Time for my turkey hoagie. Turkey sandwich. I am effing hungry. I'm fucking hungry. Trash can. I don't like eating in my room, but I would eat. Ooh, it smells good. I would eat on the balcony, but outside. But it rained yesterday, so the balcony's kind of wet. I don't want to eat in the living room. Bring the camera there. If anyone comes out, it'd be kind of weird. But no, they don't really know what I do. But nobody really cares. You know, knows what it does. Like I said, I've barely seen anyone. I got in that argument with my one roommate over the internet. He blew up on me. He yelled at me when I told him I don't want to talk to him. He wasted my time telling me to do something to fix the internet that wouldn't work, and it's not my responsibility. Even though I made it my responsibility. I went above and beyond. Anyways, I've barely even seen him since that, so everything's whatever. Damn, it's a good sandwich. The girl roommate, I don't even really want to say anything about what she does for a job. I'm only kind of aware. Well, I mean, she did tell me some stuff before all her. She just terrorized everybody here, but she does do. She's some kind of entertainer, singer, actor. So little people know how she just terrorizes us at home. Do you plan on selling your screenplay to a major studio once you finish it? Not exactly, because most people, they won't sell their screenplay, their first screenplay. What they'll do is if their screenplay is great, it'll get them meetings, and things don't necessarily line up to where they can sell that screenplay and they can get the people they need and the money or whatever. But the executives may say, what else do you have? So I don't want to have one screenplay. I want to have like 5 great screenplays ready when I start really get my career started. And you have to keep writing them. Some I really want to direct myself or be closely linked to how it's made. And others I could imagine just selling, and I'm fine with them making it what they want it to be, even though, yeah, obviously it can be kind of, it can be difficult when it's like, oh, they changed what you did and it's not the story you wanted, or it becomes something that's not good and you're attached to it. But I'm not worried about that. I'm not being negative about that. Deal with things as they come. But there are at least a few screenplays where it's just, I know I want to direct them myself, and it's not to control them. It's not out of fear. It's, I have a vision for these. I've wanted to direct them, and it's almost like, well, I was the one who wrote them, but if somebody else wrote, I don't know how to put it, but I just have a vision for them. I know I want something out of them. Favorite movie director? David Fincher. Alex Proyas. David Fincher is like number one. He made me want to be a director, but Closely linked with him are Sam Raimi, Alex Proyas, Hayao Miyazaki. And many, many others. Oliver Stone, Catherine Bigelow, John Huston, Fritz Lang, Hal Roach, or Sam Newmeyer, whatever, who did the Harold Lloyd comedies. Many, many directors that I can't think of off the top of my head. Spike Jonze. Martin Scorsese. See, how did his name slip from my head? I think about his movies all the time. The sandwich is from Paris Baguette. I think it's an LA local chain. It's like a pastry slash sandwich slash salad chain, although some locations don't have salads. There's avocado on this. I really need a good meal. I have like starved myself since yesterday. I was having horrible fits while I'm sleeping of dehydration, chugging water. I chugged almost 3 whole bottles of water that are like big as this. Going to the bathroom so much. Limbs going numb from like lack of circulation. I don't know if it's from the way I was sleeping or if I was getting anemic. So I need to eat. Have I seen any movies by Neil Breen? Ron's movies? Who's Ron? Oh yeah, Dark City's my favorite. By the way, break the loop. Alex Proyas has a new video streaming service out. He personally is curating the films, and he has a short film he made on there that's sort of set in a similar world as Dark City. He made in his virtual studio. It's called Mask of the Evil Apparition. His streaming service is called Vidiverse. Look on Alex Proyas. If you're on Facebook, look up Alex Proyas on Facebook. He's been posting about it. It's real cheap. I signed up for a subscription, $25 a year. I'm a huge fan. I said, yeah, of course, I'll sign up and support you. He wants it to be a way to support indie filmmakers. Maybe I'll have something on there. Maybe I'll collaborate with Alex on something someday. I've been communicating online with Alex Proyas over the course of about 20 years. Not all through them because he wasn't always online, but he used to have a website when I was 17 where he'd answer people's questions. He had a message board before Facebook was around, before YouTube, and I would just ask him questions on there, kind of dumb questions like what was the budget on this or whatever, you know, for a teenager, but I was just obsessed with Dark City. Swiss or provolone cheese? I guess provolone. It's not Swiss. It doesn't have the holes in it. I can tell it's not Swiss. Yeah, how could I forget Martin Scorsese? Oh, have I seen movies by Neil Breen? Yes. Yeah, Woody Allen films. Blue Jasmine is powerful. I haven't seen that one. They have, what's it called? I think Midnight in Paris on Netflix. But yes, I've seen Neil Breen films. I saw Double Down. And having seen that, I'm like, I see what he was going for. This burned out government assassin guy who's off the grid, and so he's this mythic hero who's won the Medal of Honor and all this stuff. But it's like, wow, the level of story development compared to his ambitions, there's such a big difference. And Neil Breen, of course, he totally committed to his career. He's not making a joke of it. He's like, these are not midnight movies. These are serious feature films. And I saw Fateful Findings, which was, man, that ending is so fucking insane. That it was just like astonishing. I hate getting food crumbs on the floor in my room. I keep my room clean for a reason. We need to make YouTube too. Look up Vidiverse. You can pay $25 a year for a subscription, or you can rent a film for like $3. But I say, Alex put a lot of time and effort into this. It's a really important thing for him to help indie filmmakers at a time when, you know, movies are getting consolidated again around more and more expensive movies that are built around existing, you know, characters or stories or whatever. And I don't think that's all bad. You know, it's like, let those people have their movies. I don't mean just let them. I may like some of them, but you know, he wants to make room for independent films and original voices, and that's what he's splitting revenue with the filmmakers too. That's an important thing to say. So check out Vidiverse, Vidiverse. Right now, there's about, I think there's like 60 films or 30 films. I think he said like 60 films, maybe wrong, that Alex has curated to go on to his website, and people can submit films there. And I should make time today to see Mask of the Evil Apparition, the one that Alex wrote and directed. The Outsider series by Vice on YouTube. I've seen some Vice videos. I feel like I would say I've seen a lot of Vice videos, but they put up like 3 a day, so that's very relative. The Outsider series, I'm not sure. I don't know. What are those? I've seen some other stuff they've done lately. Just kind of sad videos they were doing. Not them, but like the stories were very, you know, very troubled people. I don't know if my blood pressure was low or what this morning. I was like dissociating so much. I felt like my face was not mine. I'd look in the mirror and be like, what? Like, my head is here? So not eating, being lightheaded, maybe low blood pressure, low blood pressure. Steve Brule slip there. Las Rojas. It's going well, FOT fans. It's a series of videos of independent filmmakers that made unique voices. You should give it a try. My favorite director there was Las Rojas. Oh, it sounds interesting. Outsider series. Is that on YouTube? I don't know. Lately, I haven't even been checking my subscriptions as much. I kind of... look up the same old weird stuff that I would listen to while I cook make breakfast in the morning, and that's it. And when I get home, just been trying to keep the internet off and get to screenwriting. Here's kind of a power move. See how long I can possibly keep compressing everything in my trash can before I need to take out this trash bag. That's a good sandwich. I think I could still eat more. Seriously, I need to sort of refeed. After starving myself all week, I'm getting pretty thin. Oh, everybody left. Series was made. Oh, okay, I see. It was made in 2016, so not very relevant. Well, it's not new. I mean, so yeah, I wouldn't have seen it in my subscription feed lately. Gotta wash my hands. Wait a minute, gotta clean up all this turkey sandwich on the floor. I got some soy milk too. I'm like, I need to pack on some calories. So I can't just be drinking water. Gotta drink calories. Ooh. I'd love to just make more videos, but it's always a challenge of how much time do I spend writing and how much time can I spend making videos. I'm going to get some soy milk now, actually. I'll be back. Anyways, yeah, I do have to make myself eat a little more, especially since I'm exercising more with my workouts and riding my bike. All right, got a few more clothes to put away. So this Harold Lloyd shirt, it should be hung up on a clothes hanger. It should not have to sit in a drawer. Clothes hangers are really thick for some reason. Normally clothes hangers, the other ones I have are really thin. These are like crayon size. Man, sometimes the thoughts just crop up in my head like it can just be a memory of something like, oh, this was a failure. This not even embarrassment. I don't even get embarrassed. Just humiliating like, oh yeah, I'm a real loser. And because I was a loser, it damned me to be a loser in the future because my loserdom just did not let me progress. Favorite AGP video? I like some of the really quiet ones, but like the one where he's washing his car. AGP's watching his Ford Focus in the driveway after Tina carved in it, like, stuff like whatever, something about how he's going around with different women she accused him of. But I'm trying to think. I love the one where, well, first of all, the Kool-Aid in the shower prank. I love the garbage hot dog with the fake lottery ticket. Oh, no, no, no. Those are two different videos. The garbage hot dog, the fake lottery ticket prank. Um, the ones where they didn't pay the electricity bill because Tina was buying gifts and buying Elvis memorabilia or something. So they were freezing. There's so many of them that I love. I love the New Year's recap where they were heating the trailer with the oven and Pickle Boy like strapped firecrackers to the oven and they all blew up. Oh, I love the apartment. It's great. It's a big loft. It's beautiful. And I practically never see him most days. So, yeah, the one roommate, she was kind of terrorizing me last night, singing bizarre shit throughout the night. Um, what else? The Nair in the shower prank. Oh, the ice maker wake up. There's so many. I love a ton of them. The one where they go around, they collect, they get like a dresser or something or a table from a yard sale, and it's just disgusting. So many of them. Trailwood was hilarious. Yeah, demolishing the kitchen over the candy. That was scary for me to watch. Not just scary, it like made me mad. Like, man, this guy's such an asshole. Now I watch it and I'm like, big deal. Like, it's just funny. It was so many of them. Like, oh, the Draw My Life one was fucking hilarious to me. That was done shortly after I visited them. I absolutely love how Grandpa just did not give a shit about what Draw My Life was. At the time, the Draw My Life video trend was popular, and Grandpa he would just draw a line on the this dry erase board. He's like, "Here's me going to work. Here's me coming home," and he's like, "Here's me smoking a joint." you know. That's it. I love the ones of the Bridget's pregnant prank. I love the one where he calls Comcast to get his channels back because he says his grandkids want to watch SpongeBob, and he calls him a sea creature piece of shit. I love the crate when he's calling Craigslist to try and buy a used car. There's so many of them. I love all these videos. several videos where he destroyed the washer and dryer. Especially, I think one of the best ones was right after I visited them. In 2014, Grandpa destroyed the dryer because Pickle Boy unplugged it but didn't tell him, and so Grandpa thought it was broken. One of my other favorite ones, that actually one of my ones I really, really love, is when the kitchen sink was clogged up, apparently because someone was doing too much laundry and the water backed up into the sink. Grandpa was fucking cussing so much at the like he was like singing like cusses as he was trying to plunge the sink, and he was like, motherfucking cockroaches are doing the backstroke in there. Like, basically, I just loved seeing him trying to fix stuff in his life. Yeah, he really didn't care how he spoke to customer service, that's right. um yeah, it's like they were all great. Like, I just loved seeing their life. And it's so sad how they were having to live, but it seems like they were trying to make the most of it and be a family. When, like, when I visited there, it was like depressing to see, like, oh, this isn't like just a show. It really is a trailer park where, I think by then they were making, I know they were making money by then, but it's like desperate circumstances to survive in a place like that. Or at least for me, I couldn't really take it. Like, for me, being in places like that, even being in Annandale was so depressing for me. It's like I have to be in a happening area, or I like to be in a area where people, there's entertainment, there's stuff to do, there's cool places to visit. There it was just, oh my goodness, it's just sad, but it's cool to watch on video. It just, yeah, it was. I realized how poor they must have been before, at least YouTube, um, before they started making money on YouTube. Oh, and I love the cooking blowouts, the hamburger pie, the deep fried candy bars. All the times Grandpa would flip out about cooking, he'd be like, he'd complain about the hamburger buns being hard as like hockey pucks. He'd say, "You could drive nails with the motherfucker." Or he'd complain to Michael, he's like, "Who's fucking this puppy?" And he was just so disgusting when he would cook. Like, he would just set food straight down on the counter with no plate. He crapped himself on which one? He crapped himself more than once. I remember him at least once going like, "Ah, shit my pants." I guess it was good to have that sandwich. I seriously, like, I was like literally kind of scared I was gonna die or something. Like, I just became aware, like I said, I was dissociating. I became aware of like how fragile my body is and how my genes are just, propelling me towards death and old age, or whatever age, it happens. And it was just so unsettling last night. And I know I have to eat well because I realized how fragile our bodies are. And so many of the times Grandpa farted. Thanksgiving blowouts were good. I could just go on forever about angry Grandpa videos. The first one I saw, which was kind of disturbing, was when there was apparently a glitch on the video that made it have like 100 million views, but it was Grandpa getting angry about the Christmas tree that was broken, and he was telling Tina it looks like a goddamn funeral parlor in the home, and Pickle Boy was saying like, "Go get another tree," and he's like, "I can't. I was banned from Walmart." And how he came out of Walmart and he was like chanting, he was like laughing because like he went into the Walmart he was banned at and got a tree stand. He's like, "I got a tree stand." Well, I don't want to say what he said. It was so fucking funny. But he said something vulgar about how he got in there and got the tree stand. There was one, I forget what happened. Oh, the "I Must Destroy All" pranks. That's where I got the idea to do "I Must Destroy All" pranks on my mom, which I wouldn't do that stuff anymore, but it was fun. Uh, don't understand why my mom even hates him so much. It's like he's obviously just a character on the internet and that's it. But um, that's what made it funny to me, at least. I forget what happened in this video. It was where Grandpa was running around with a plunger, threatening Michael and saying, "I'll plunge your motherfucking ass." Now, what video was that? What was the prank or what happened? I don't remember that one. Like, what happened in it? You know what's so weird? Because I'm talking about Angry Grandpa, my phone or YouTube's going to suggest a bunch of Angry Grandpa videos now because it's listening to what I'm saying. Dumped out my iron water. I swear I could eat another sandwich right now. So freaking hungry. 7 people, that's awesome. Yeah, oh, that's right. How do you remember that? Geez, yeah, so I was trying to, and I feel bad about it. I even told Michael later, because I know they didn't necessarily like me for doing that, but they became friendly with me as a result. And yeah, I was the one saying, let's pressure them to do the princess video. And, I'm so glad, like, that was no big deal. And they got over it, and I was over it. And because I didn't, like, I would never do something like that now. At the time, I didn't know better. I just thought, well, they're just trying to, they're just being lazy. They wanted to be, and it wasn't that. It was, um, there was more going on. So yeah, just, it was for the best that that was all moved on from, and I'm a huge fan. And you know, Angry Grandpa for me is like the best thing ever about YouTube. There are a lot of great things about YouTube, but for me, he was like the best, and it helped my YouTube career to happen. Meeting him, and I just love his videos are so meaningful to me. Seeing that family struggle and like try and not exactly sort out their problem, just try and survive was like so powerful to me. And I still think about Angry Grandpa a lot, and uh, just I'm so glad he was here. For those who don't know, he died in 2017, and I'm just glad he got that hat. Sorry, I'm putting a little cell phone tripod together, this thing, so I can put this on here. I'm going to go to the kitchen. Um, anyways, yeah, so I got to make my lunch for tomorrow for work. So I'll just take a few minutes, but I'll bring the camera over as I do it. And then I'm going to get to screenwriting today. No ifs, ands, or buts. Yeah, but if you're wondering about my apartment, what's not to love? This place is great. You can see how high the ceiling is there. All right. So this will be an interesting experiment. I'm going to... Oh. Yeah, I forgot I got this pack of mushrooms and peppers and tofu. So let's see if tofu can fill me up at lunch, because I'm not trying to eat fish every day and get mercury poisoning. And I'm also too lazy and too impatient to do any preparation of the tofu. I will literally cut it up, cut it in half or so, and just put it in my little... Whoa, a lot of juice. Put it in my Tupperware container for lunch. Tipperware. My Tipper-Gore ware. Yeah. That's tofu. It's just basically like soybeans and water that's mashed up together. Got 8 grams of protein per serving, about 4.5, or about 5, let's say, just say 5 servings per container. So, not a gigantic amount of protein, but oh, screw it. Tastes incredibly bland, but I don't care. So, there we go. And just put the rest back. So that's the protein part of the lunch. I'll show it in a second. And this fills me up good. I'll just put half of this in my Tupperware. I'm a responsible adult now. I prepare my own lunch. That reminds me, okay, so first of all, here's the lunch. Blandest food imaginable. It's like food from the future, but it's healthy. No, not having breakfast. This is lunch for tomorrow. Desayuno para... What's tomorrow? I already forget what's tomorrow. Oh, el mañana? Or is it la mañana? I forget. Which one's morning? So mañana can be morning or tomorrow. El mañana, that's tomorrow, right? Or am I mixing it up? This is lunch for tomorrow. Making this reminds me of how this girl I was seeing for a while, she was saying we were going out for a few weeks, and she said, hey, I can make soup, you know, like I make soup at the end of the week, and for lunch, and for my lunch, I can do that for you too. And then a week or two later, she broke up with me because I was too distant and didn't know how to be close to anybody. And it was like, oh, interesting. I failed because I had already failed. Like I never understood how to be close to anyone, and therefore I would be completely crushed. She was not mean about it at all, believe me. She was a very nice person, very good person. And it's not to be mad or angry about it. It's like, no, it's a funny experience. This is for my peanut butter sandwiches. So, in keeping with needing to eat more calories, instead of getting the little 70 calorie slices of Dave's Killer Bread, I'm getting the 120 calorie slices. Because, like I said, I do need to eat more with all the exercise I'm doing. By the way, I just want to say I am very grateful you guys are watching. I'm always I'm doing great, but at times it can be like a roller coaster of emotion, no matter what I'm doing. And I'm glad I have this steady thing of these viewers. I don't care if it's one person. It's amazing to have people watching me. I keep saying I'm going to make more videos. I guess I'm just not. I don't know. I'm just so busy. So I got to delegate my time better, but for now, that just means I'll tend to make videos on weekends. Although I do miss making more videos. I had nightmares that I got like shit all over myself because I had some peanut butter on my finger and I couldn't get it off once, and I got it on my phone by accident the other day, like a few days ago. And so I just had nightmares that I was smearing shit everywhere and I couldn't clean it up. Peanut butter just gives me nightmares about shit. Jeez, I wonder if I should still eat more after that big chicken sandwich. Or if I should just wait. I'll probably regret it, even though I think I need to stuff myself. I always have this horrible fear. Well, you can see how like sunken in my cheeks are getting, which is fine. I'm just saying, you know, I'm obviously losing weight. Happy about that. Don't need to starve myself. I got to find a good balance between starving myself and eating healthy. I forget what I was going to say. So that's it for lunch. I always have this fear that making lunch is going to take like 2 hours. I'm going to have to fight off an army of people, of warriors, just to make my lunch. I'm going to have to beat them all off. But that was it. And I mean, I don't eat all that at lunch at once. Like the peanut butter sandwich, I'll have sometime in the morning. Then my lunch, I'll have closer to noon. The tofu and mushrooms. And I have a few other things. I'll bring a banana, I'll bring an apple. And so, the peanut butter sandwich, I'll just put in my lunch bag now. Because I don't need to refrigerate that. I did get some sort of like ramen noodles that maybe I'll eat later today. And I have some Korean vegetable dumplings. Maybe I'll eat some of those too. Mushrooms are really good for you. So, eat mushrooms. All right, gonna hang on for a few more minutes and get my screenplay going again. Oh yeah, you can see my new computer setup. Whoa. So this is so much better for me to have this here, even though this kind of hump here, it's like too big, it kind of hurts my arms, but this is perfect for me. I love it. It's like a superpower to have my keyboard here and the monitor up there, because it's really bad for my shoulders and my neck to have to look down at the keyboard while I'm typing. Even though I kind of prefer the thinner keys of the laptop keyboard. Doesn't really matter. I enjoyed it either way. I enjoy this big old keyboard. I forget if I got it from a friend or I got it from Sunspace. Yeah, I really can't remember. It's a little louder, a little clickety-clacketier. Yeah, it's nice in the background. Ed Norton and Helena Bonham Carter. Bonham Carter, not Bot. Whatever. Finally, got a decent meal. For real. By the way, it's kind of depressing for me to talk with my voice down, like, you know, I don't want my roommate to hear. He kind of doesn't care. I'm not being, like, it's not obnoxious noise. But it's depressing for me to be like, oh, I can't really be here. I got to be quiet. I want to be able to be fully loud and myself. And it'll be nice to get an apartment someday where I can do that. And they do have good sound insulation here. Like, there are neighbors on this wall right behind here. Like this wall, there's neighbors there. They can be making, I can tell, like, they're probably like being loud in their room, and I just barely hear like the faint. I have to be right up here to hear the faintest sound from them. So these walls are really thick, thank goodness. Like, this is not that stereotypical, you know, paper thin walls where you can hear every footstep. That creeps me out. I used to shoot real estate videos, and like I would shoot apartments sometimes in Northern Virginia, or I think sometimes in Maryland too, where I would be filming and hear footsteps, and it constantly sounds like someone's angry and about to barge into the room when you hear these footsteps stomping around above you. Or you hear every voice. How do you put up with that? That is insane. All right. Well, anyways, I should get going. Been an hour and a half of this. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Appreciate it. I'll try and make more videos, at least on the weekends. Stay tuned. My mom and I are talking about when she can come visit here. We got to deal with this real ID situation. Everybody in America, in order to fly domestic, needs a real ID by May 3rd. So I'm going to have to go to the DMV and get one. My mom will have to go to the DMV and get one. Or if I want to fly. Maybe I don't want to fly again. But I know I'll have to at some point, I'm sure, especially if I'm making movies. It would be a nice excuse to say, nope, sorry, can't fly. You got to drive me there or something, because I hate flying. But anyways, for her to come here, she'll have to fly. So got to deal with a real ID, which just sounds like so bogus. Sounds like nonsense. But anyways, she is going to come visit here at some point. So thanks for watching, everyone. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. Comment on the video. Take care. And keep watching. I will have more videos. All right, bye.